Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Man Blitz. I'm Jake Lynch. Such sad news this week. RIP to the GOAT. Cole Brennan was a legend for Hawaii. The Rainbow Warriors. Such a sad sight to see, man. RIP.
Rainbow Warriors, man. That sounds fruity. But I'm Micah, Huff. The Lakers just got the win last night without LeBron and AD. But really, they should just, rest. You don't want to go into the playoffs playing the Clippers the first round. So, I'm taking my chances in the play-in tournament if I'm the Lakers, man. Hey, LeBron, take your rest. I know your ankle bad.
Hey, he said he never gonna get to 100% again. What's up with that? Is LeBron James making another excuse this year?
Hey, Skip Bayless was all over that shit. He was like, you never be 100%. Michael Jordan will never say that.
Michael Jordan is still 100%.
This is the phony GOAT.
Skip Bayless is coming, but hey, we always ask every basketball guy that comes out, hey, Jordan, LeBron. It's been Jordan most of the time. Yeah. I think Ben Moore is the only LeBron.
I think Tuff said LeBron too.
Yeah, he's Ohio
State guy.
Yeah, like what can you say, man? But welcome to Six Man Blitz. Make sure to subscribe to Six Man Blitz on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we're on there. Make sure to follow us on social media at Six Man Blitz on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Make sure to follow our social medias, Monster Lynch, Instagram, Twitter. What's your
MH23FF and then MH1FF on Twitter. I made that shit in middle school, so don't judge me.
Might have to change it so it's the same thing. Maybe coming soon. But make sure to follow us on those. Make sure to subscribe on those platforms that you're listening to us on. Make sure to hit that plus button if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Make sure to give us that 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. I think we're like 26 5-star ratings. Yes,
yeah, man, that's good as shit. Hey, give us a 5-star. Get a chance to win the Six-Man Blitz hat.
Hey, shirts coming soon. Hopefully this week or next week they're coming out. So I know some people have been asking for them, so here they are now. You get a chance to finally get it. You got anything else for the people?
Nah, man, we covered it. Let's get into it.
Let's get into the intro.
Touchdown Bears! No way!
Fires! Yeah! The Bulls lead 87-86.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
All right, we're back. Hey, no interview this week, just some sports talk. But we had some good stretches of interviews so far. We're looking to keep that streak going after this, and we got some good ones lined up for you guys. But now let's get into some sports talk. Let's start off with Russell Westbrook. He obviously had the biggest news this last week, breaking Oscar Robertson triple-double record. He now holds 182. We know this is coming for a while, but here's the question I gotta ask for you. We posted this on our Instagram. Got a little dicey in the comment section. But where does he rank all time for point guards for you?
It's tough, man. There's so many great point guards, and he does so many things extremely well. But are you giving him the ball in the fourth quarter? Come on.
That's the thing.
If you watch a Wizards game, he takes the ball, he throws the ball up on the backboard and shit. It's just like terrible decisions.
If you watch like the last 6-7 Wizards games, he has blown the lead for the Wizards. The last 6 of them. All right, I'll say one of them. He had a block and then he had a layup, he had like a pull up.
Yeah.
But even the game he broke the record, they're down 1. He took a 3 with like 3 seconds left, and they lost the game.
I don't like with the Wizards. Like, I don't know who their guy is to win the game for him. Is it Bill? Because I haven't seen Bill, make a couple shots. None of them are clutch.
The thing with me is like Westbrook, like he would be like if he had good decision making, he would be one of the greatest of all time. Like no doubt. Yeah. He's not even top 10 for me, honestly. Like he pads stats, and I hate that people that are like he doesn't pad stats. Like, but. Yes, he averaged a triple-double, but if you watch the game, his team is going to not even make it past the first round every year. He will consistently lose in the first round every year. And it's crazy. Everyone, but he averaged a triple-double. That does not mean anything. You can't constantly keep saying he averages triple-double. Yes, I understand that. That's cold.
He's got to be the third best player on the team for them to
if you
go
look
further than the first
look
round.
at some of them are like he passes it to him, and they don't score right away. It's not an assist. Like at home, his assist numbers are higher than his away numbers, and that's a little. It's like 2 more assists and that's a little fishy to me.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, and then he turns over the ball so much, but like
that's the thing. He leads the league in turnovers, 5.5, and this is the 3rd year in a row he's going to lead the league in turnovers.
But he's got the ball so much though. At the same time, you know,
No, that is the thing. He does lead the league in assist rate, but can you have? That's cool that he has all these assists, but he's leading the league in turnovers 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
That's the reason KD left to begin with, because he couldn't handle Westbrook in the 4th quarter.
With all the shit, you know, he's terrible in the 4th quarter. He's terrible all like decision making and stuff. But this shit's still impressive. In the first couple of seasons, he had like 6 triple doubles and like.
I am hating on him right now. It is impressive though. It is. Don't get me wrong. It is impressive.
Hey, him and his wife gonna come after you after this.
oh no, Westbrook don't play that, man. But. It was incredible to watch Westbrook. As soon as he broke the record, he came down, shot a 3, and bricked it immediately. It was such a Westbrook thing to do in that situation. But alluding back to the question, it said, like, where does Westbrook rank all time? He's not even top 10 for me, man.
Yeah, I can name a couple of dudes that are a lot better than him.
Say top 3. Just get out of here, man. Like, you can't say top 3 because Magic's up there. Curry's in the top 3 now. You know, Stockton he's got 22,000 assists.
He still lead the league in assists and steals, don't he?
Who?
Stockton?
Yeah, Stockton. Yeah, so it's like I still got people ahead of him.
Where would Westbrook be though, all time though, not just point guard?
I don't know. If
he's in top 20?
Nah. If he's not top 10 point guard, if honestly I don't have a top 10 point guards, he's like 90 something.
Shit, they had him 36 in players today.
36 players today. How could he be?
But that list is a little fishy though.
That list had Lonzo Ball in front of Zach LaVine, man.
I don't know. Lonzo Ball is another story. We can go all day about him.
Wait till Lonzo Ball comes to the Bulls next year.
He's a good starting point guard, but he's not somebody that, you know what I mean, not somebody you expect to be a superstar kind of thing. Because that's like if your standards are too high on him, you know.
Yeah, and I mean Kobe White's not a point guard either, so it's good to have him come off the bench.
Kobe White's decent.
Yeah, but he's not a point guard though.
Nah.
So and him and LaVine play the same position. But all right, let's get into the play-in tournament. It's getting great traction since we're coming towards the end of the year. What are your thoughts on the play-in tournament? I know I'm not a fan of it, but you're
not a fan of it?
I hate it.
Because the only people that hate it are the people that are competing to be in the play-in tournament. The LeBron James, the Mavericks, those are the only people that hate on it. Now, I think it's a great move because you like the last couple of weeks, you know, nobody really watches it, but the last couple of weeks, there's been some really good games. Like the Knicks, the Lakers, that game went into that game was good. And then why else would anybody watch the Lakers-Rockets? AD's not playing, you know, LeBron's not playing, but that game, Kyle Kuzma hit the game winner. So, you know what I mean? People are watching that. Oh, Lakers fans. No, hopefully no Rockets fans are still around after the season they're having.
You're loyal, man. You're loyal.
I don't know. Like I am. But I think, like, it's exciting. You get to see LaMelo Ball have a chance to fight for the playoffs. Talent like that. John Morant, the Warriors, you know. I think it's exciting for the NBA. I think it's a great move.
I mean, I think it's good this year because you get teams like the Lakers and the Warriors potentially competing in the first game. And that's insane to think about, like Curry versus LeBron in the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
But, like, I think, like, moving forward, it won't be, like, some of the best years. Like, the Lakers, nobody in a million years thought the Lakers would have been in the playoff tournament. And, like, I don't think, like, the NBA, like, thought it this far, like, 7 versus 8 play one game, and then the loser plays 9 and 10, like the winner 9 and 10. So it really like 9 and 10's got to win 2 games, and it's like I don't really think it's all that this year.
Yeah, and there are some teams that are like below 500 that are going to be in it, competing for it.
Like
and it's like Yeah, down the road, it's gonna be like if the why the fuck are the Pacers in
That's what I'm saying,
it?
like the Pacers are in it, you know, like I
And
mean,
even the Spurs, I have not watched a Spurs game all year.
man, like the Spurs are 33 and 36 right now,
Yeah,
and every team in the East playing tournament is under 500. Celtics are at 500, 35-35. Hornets 33 and 36. Granted, they had LaMelo Ball out.
yeah, I could see the Hornets. The Hornets are exciting to watch,
Is that their
and the Wizards too. You know, because you'll watch Russell Westbrook dominate for 3 quarters.
Yeah, you gonna see him dominate. At the free throw line, you're not gonna see his other
Dude,
teammates trying to rebound.
he has a terrible free throw line percent. He's up there with big men on the free throw line. That's crazy.
He averages like I forgot what his free throw percentage is, but he averages 30% on 3-pointers, man. And he be shooting them too. Yeah, but
that's
the
terrible.
Wizards are, they had a terrible start, and everybody thought that trade was terrible. Bradley Beal was dropping 50 a game, they're just losing. They're 32 and 38, but they had a slow start. Now they're picking it up, but it's like they came from the bottom. But this is why the tournament is kind of good this year. But like at the same time, it's like Pacers, no. Wizards,
Dude, if the Pelicans would have been able to get that spot from the Spurs, then it would be a little more exciting. But there are like 2 teams, the Spurs and the Pacers. I'm not trying to watch them.
You're trying to get Zion in the game, man.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of it though. I just like the traditional playoff seed. That's just like if the NBA got rid of the conferences and just did like 1 through 16, I would hate that too.
Yeah, I would hate that too.
But I don't think a lot of people would hate that too. But speaking of the playoffs, what are some sleeper teams in your opinion in the playoffs? Because there's been this year is obviously different because of COVID and everything, and having
some injuries too. Yeah,
having a late start. It's kind of people have been more low management, this and that. So, what are some of your sleeper teams for this tournament?
Nah, we both are gonna say the Heat.
Yeah.
The Heat. I could see them if they beat Milwaukee in the first round. I would not be surprised. But
they're supposed to go up against the Hawks first round.
Oh yeah, hey.
But second round they can go against the Bucks though.
They play Philadelphia tonight. Look at that, and then they could lose that game, drop back down to 6. The Knicks can win the last 2. I don't know. There's a lot of technicalities, but I'm also gonna say the Trailblazers because they got Nurkic back. They're kind of more healthy. I could see Dame ending somebody.
Yeah,
it's like you always got to be expecting that. You know what I mean? But if they get hot at the right time, they got Norman Powell was a good addition. I liked him. 17 points a game to add that with the Dame and CJ. So I don't know.
Man, my sleeper team. Let me take that. I'm going with the Miami Heat, man. I'm going with the Miami Heat. I feel like Lee Corso right there. If you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, I took off my Boston Red Sox hat and put on the Miami Heat hat. I feel like Lee Corso right now. I feel like Miami Heat, they're a 5th seed, but they're a dangerous 5th seed, especially last year. Last year, too, they were around the same position. And look at it. They had 2 months of offseason, and then they got hit with COVID. So this Heat team, it's been weird for them this whole year. And I feel like they're finally getting it around. They're finally figuring it out now. And I feel like the Heat could be a dangerous team, man.
It can be. Dragic off the bench and Hero off the bench. Kendrick
Hero,
Nunn's balling. I mean,
Hero and Duncan haven't been shooting the same as they have been in last year. But they could turn at playoff time. I mean, they turned it around. Hero definitely turned it around playoff time last year. So, I mean, anything could happen, man. And
that little smirk he had.
I mean, the Heat, watch out, man. I would love to say the Mavericks, too. I mean, Luka Magic can drop.
That Clippers, that first round series, that was if Kristaps Porzingis doesn't get hurt, that's toss up.
Luka's dropping 40+ points each game in the playoffs, I think, and it's going to be good TV.
I'll never forget how they were saying how it was racist for him to be dropping off black dudes like that.
The step back on who did he do it on? He's on the Lakers now. He was on the Clippers last year. He's on the Lakers now.
Montrez?
Yeah, and he stepped back on Harold, and he did it on the Black Lives Matter logo, and everyone said it was racist. Hey, I mean, it was funny though. That That was one of Twitter's best day, honestly. When the next
And
day,
all of the Paul George memes, though.
that had to be one of the funniest days on Twitter, man. All right, let's switch gears in the NFL and football talk here. We got a few topics to cover in the NFL. NFL schedule just been released. Now, we've seen some – week 1 is a little weird. There's half good games, half bad, which is normally – but it's like week 1's like Jets, Panthers. It's like week 1 –
Darnold returning. Dumbass.
Browns, Panthers, Jets. It's very weird. So what games are you most excited to watch just in general? We'll throw out just one game. What are you excited?
I'm excited to see the Browns Chiefs. I think that's going to be a good game,
Yeah.
especially with the Browns got this new loaded defense, and the Chiefs got they got 5 new O linemen. So I mean, it's exciting. I think it's going to be a good game, and I like the Ravens Chiefs. I always like that game because it's really Lamar Jackson against Patrick Mahomes.
And it's week 2.
And you know what's going to happen if Lamar Jackson loses. They're going to be like, he's not Patrick Mahomes.
He's a running back. It's the classic memes all the time.
But, hey, the Ravens, they got some receivers this year. Rashad Bateman, I think he's going to have a good rookie year.
They got Sammy Watkins, too.
Try to get him for an interview.
It's interesting. Chiefs start off with those two, and then week 4 they start off. Then they go with the Bills. So the Chiefs start off with a loaded schedule.
Hey.
I think my most anticipated matchup will be Bucs versus Patriots.
Yeah,
and I say that because, obviously we all know Tom Brady's returning back to New England, but Tom Brady is 1,154 passing yards short of all-time record held by Drew Brees for passing yards.
Damn.
Brady averaged 289.6 yards per game in 2020. That same pace would have him breaking the record his return in Foxborough versus the Patriots in week 4.
Doesn't Cam Newton have a good record against Tom Brady too?
Off the top of my head, I don't know for sure. I think they only play like once or twice though, because the top cross conference.
Shit, that's how you get a good record against Tom Brady. Only playing twice.
Yeah. Like Phillip Rivers, he was in the same conference, always playing in the playoffs. Like, that's not gonna go good for you, man. Yeah. But speaking of schedule, let's go with the Chicago Bears. And I feel like one of the biggest questions would be Justin Fields. When do you see him getting his first start for the Bears?
Easy question. Week 1. I'm putting them in week 1, man. Like, cause it's like you want, like, you're gonna get the most out of your quarterback with experience. Nothing better than just getting them out there week 1. And we know what we got with Andy Dalton. He's a guy that can start for us and compete with the team. And if Justin Fields is struggling, you can put Andy Dalton in for a snap. Get him going. But I'm not wasting time with this. We finally have a franchise quarterback. I'm putting him in week 1. Starter, preseason, week 1, 2. I don't care.
The thing for me, I've heard a lot of people say different things. And Colin Cowherd, I think, had the most interesting one. And obviously, he always has the most interesting one. And he said, do what the Dolphins did with Tua last year. So you name him the starter for bye week. So then he has a week and then another week, 2 weeks to prepare for the next game. Yeah. So that would be all the way until week 10, 11.
That's smart, but
they play the Steelers.
Shit, can we win that many games with Andy Dalton?
That's what I'm saying. That's a long ass time. But if I'm being honest, say week 4 versus the Lions, not a great defense. Throw him out there early on. But I don't think week 1 he should play though. Him getting introduced to the league's Aaron Donald, I don't think that's a good thing to have.
But with the Bears, Andy Dalton struggles a couple games. He's out of there. You saw how they did with Mitchell. He was out of there.
They pulled Mitch quick as hell last year.
They were undefeated. He's out of there.
Yeah, get out of here, man. Short leash. All right, but another big news this weekend had a lot of people mad on Twitter. A lot of mixed reactions on Twitter. Tim Tebow signs with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, do you think this is a publicity stunt, or do you think he'll be a tight end 1 or tight end 2?
I don't know. I mean, Urban Meyer says it's good for the locker room, but really, like, if he's not the starter, who's gonna listen to him?
Are people actually gonna listen to a third string tight end? Like
That's the thing. Like,
yeah, he's one of the best leaders in college football history. Yeah, he did a great speech after they lost and they didn't know was gonna outwork us. He won a college Heisman. This is not college anymore. He's 33 years old. He hasn't done shit in the league besides win one big playoff game. Like,
but Tebow fans run deep though. That's the thing.
Especially, he's from Jacksonville.
Trevor Lawrence, if he has one bad game, they're gonna be like, put Tim Tebow in at quarterback.
And I've seen a lot of people do the he has some red zone packages and stuff. But I think
that would be interesting. I would like to see that. Urban Meyer.
But I think Trevor Lawrence is a better runner than Tim Tebow anyway. So I don't think it would be smart to take him out of the game.
Yeah.
I think this is a publicity stunt, and I don't think he'll start week 1.
Yeah, he's not going to start.
Or not start. I don't think he'll make the roster.
You don't think he'll make the roster? I think he'll make the roster. I think that signing is not just to cut him, down the road. I think he's going to be on the team. He's going to be at family dinners with Urban Meyer. They're laughing and shit about how they got him in the league again.
On the street from him. They're like on the same street.
Sure.
This help your friend out kind of story, man. All right, now it's been a long time since we've had one of these.
We switched it up this time with rapid fire takes. Now let's go with who would you rather have if you're starting a franchise? Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady?
Are we doing right now or like prime?
Shit, let's go with prime.
Tom Brady. Give me Tom Brady. Winner, man.
It's like Tom Brady. He does more with less around him. But if you give him Bill Belichick and a top 10 defense every year.
Yeah, if you get a lot of people that.
Aaron Rodgers, his talent is better than Tom Brady. But I don't know. I'd probably go with Tom Brady, though. I'm bullshitting. I'd probably go with Tom Brady. All right. Joel Embiid or Jokic?
I'll go Joel Embiid. He can do more than Jokic.
But, hey, Jokic, it makes your team better, but, I'm a Sixers fan, so I'll go with Embiid. Devontae Adams or Hopkins?
I'm going to go D-Hop here. I think D-Hop is more overall complete receiver, and D-Hop doesn't drop any balls, so I'll take D-Hop.
Yeah, I'm taking D-Hop all the way. Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? Teammates?
Yeah, a lot of people, Brown had the better year. Brown just currently got hurt, but I still think it's Tatum all the way, though.
Yeah, be careful with your answer. Little Deuce be on it. Watching YouTube and shit, check it out. But I'm gonna take Tatum too. I think he's always been better to me, to be honest. But Jaylen Brown, he does a little more, like he plays defense too. But it's tough. I'm taking Tatum. Justin Herbert or Burrow?
I'm gonna go Joe Burrow on this one. I think he's had.
Because you saw the year Herbert had. I don't know.
But Burrow could have had that year if he didn't get hurt, though.
Yeah. I think Herbert's gonna have a better year next year because Burrow doesn't have the offensive line.
You taking Herbert?
Yeah.
I'm taking Burrow.
All right, LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards?
I'm going to go away from most people. I'm going Anthony Edwards on this one. If Anthony Edwards had a better surrounding cast around him, it'd be a different story, everything. Like, he's got one of the worst teams, one of the worst franchises in sports, period. Timberwolves are terrible. They always will be terrible. So I'm going Anthony Edwards in this one.
You going off personality too? Because Anthony Edwards, he a clown. But no, I'm taking LaMelo Ball. Because dude, even though he's overhyped by the media, you can just see that he makes the team better.
It's not his.
I don't think the Hornets would be where they're at if they didn't have LaMelo Ball.
Maybe 2 times.
But I think the Timberwolves would be where they're at if they did. I think they'd be in the same spot without Anthony Edwards.
I don't know. I think that'd be a little less.
All right. Prime D Rose or Prime Westbrook?
I'm going Prime D Rose, man. He got us all in the basketball over here.
Yeah, I'm taking D Rose. It's no question.
No question, man.
Carson Wentz or Kyler Murray?
Going Kyler Murray, going K1. He came out with some face hoodies, man. I might the cop one.
He had a good year. I think Carson Wentz, and I think Kyler Murray is a better leader too. Carson Wentz, I don't really see his leadership qualities.
North Dakota State kind of vibe.
All right, Mitchell Trubisky or Josh Allen. Now be careful what you say.
What are you saying first?
Josh Allen, of course. It's easy.
Yeah, give me Mitch Trubisky, man. All I'm saying is Josh Allen better watch your job. QB1. Mitch Trubisky came into town. He's gonna take your job, man.
I'm delusional.
All right, closing remarks. What you got for closing remarks, man?
Nah, I started the countdown last week, but J. Cole's dropping the album at midnight. I know you've seen the freestyle. That shit was hot. Now, this is going to be the best album he's ever dropped. It's going to be album of the decade.
No doubt.
Told my brother the same thing. He was like, you don't even remember the decade. I'm like, shit. And then, there's good movies out this weekend. Check out Saw with Chris Rock. Comedian in a scary movie? What? What you thinking?
I've actually seen the Saw movies, though. Believe it or not.
I actually have too. I've seen the last Spiral movie too, but I think it's gonna be good.
I think they're on like Saw 8.
Yeah. Hey, but check it. This is Chris Rock's first movie with Samuel L. Jackson. What took so long?
I was watching the Saws on Netflix, and I got all the way until Saw 5, and they took them off of Netflix.
Damn.
That's kind of fucked up. Just a little bit. But hey, you talked about J. Cole. This is not my closing remark, but J. Cole dropped an album tonight. 21 Savage dropping the EP. Kodak Black is dropping the EP.
I'm talking about Nicki Minaj.
Uzi, Gunna, and Don Toliver is dropping a single tonight.
Migos are dropping a song too.
Or this is coming out Friday, so it'll come out that day. And then Migos is dropping a single too. So it's crazy. Good music.
It's gonna be a good Friday.
You go have a lot of things to listen to on the car this weekend. Yeah. Believe it or not. But
some songs of the week next week.
Maybe. Hey. But my closing remarks, Patrick Baldwin Jr. He's number, I think, 3 prospect in the country. Chose University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee over Duke, Georgetown.
Who the hell they play?
His dad is the coach at Milwaukee, so he's staying home. He's from Milwaukee. It's crazy thing about he plays in the Horizon League, so he plays people like UIC, people like that. So crazy thing about I think his team will not be good though. It's just him and someone else and nobody else. He did it so late that he didn't get any transfers, so it's kind of fucked himself over. And then my other closing remark, Jared Kellenich. He got pulled up for the Mariners. And we're recording this before his debut, so I don't know how he did today. But sources close to me, aka my dad, have told me he's being compared to Bryce Harper. So it's great news to see him finally coming up.
Sources close to you.
So what you got for song of the week, man?
I'm gonna go with "Kiss Me More," Doja Cat and SZA.
What you just say?
Bro, it's a good song. All right, now if you listen to Doja Cat, don't follow what she says outside of the music because she's not a good person. But if you listen to her music, tell me she doesn't drop hits. Like every song she has is a summer hit. Come on.
Disappointing you, bro.
Let's hear what you got.
Got Bartender by T-Pain. Go a little throwback again. I'm playing that a little bit in the
mess with it.
Club, aka my room. You know what I'm saying? But before we leave, question. What's the question you got?
All right. Now I had this debate with my sister. Is social studies the same thing as history?
And
an educated person, I'm going to say that, would say, no, social studies covers human society while history covers past events. They're not the same thing. And ask your history teacher.
And I thought they're the same thing because social studies is history in middle school. So I thought it was the same thing. So, and I still think it's the same thing no matter what you say. So appreciate you for saying that, but I still think it's the same thing. I'm going to keep saying it's the same thing.
We'll create a poll about it. Don't worry.
Coming soon. But that's all we got for you guys today. Make sure like you said earlier, subscribe to Man Blitz, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. That plus button next to us, get those downloads. Help your boys out. Subscribe, resubscribe, everything. 5-star again. Write a review, 5-star this time. Help your boys out.
Sir.
Follow us on social media. Repost our Instagram. Give us more followers. I think we're like 350 or something.
We're doing good. Yeah, followers. Our followers went up. We're at like
321. So we're gonna hit 400 by the end of the week. Calling it now.
Hey, shit, we gotta have these more podcast people hit us up talking about, hey, subscribe.
We gotta get some subscribe for subscribe. But follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We've been more active on those 3 already this summer. But that's all we got. We got some interviews coming next week. We're supposed to have one this week, and I could talk about it, but we got some good ones coming up. But that's all we got for you guys. You got anything else for the people?
Nah, we covered it.
I'm always covering it, man. But, all guys.